Cameron, 232362. And counsel?
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Mr. Cameron. Mr. Cameron, would you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Christopher C. Cameron.
Okay. And today's well, there's a couple matters, there's some pending matters, and then your client was arrested last night. And so it's to all these matters, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
Or waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment. And we'll schedule these matters for pretrial on November 21st. Guilty plea on all these matters, November 21st at 9:45 a.m.
Your Honor.
Yes.
The 2020 and 2021 charges, I'm pleading not guilty to.
You're pleading not guilty to all of them today.
Okay. Just wanted to.
I don't have any charges from 2020 or 2021. Unless, are there?
I guess I was misinformed by my counsel.
Okay. All right, counsel asked to bond in these matters.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like you to know that Mr. Cameron currently is not working. He's eagerly looking for employment. After speaking with him, he did assure me that he would be appearing at all future court dates. The two prior charges he was unaware of. It's kind of potentially sounded like there may have been a mistaken identity. But moving forward, he did assure me that he will be appearing on November 21st for these three cases. I would like you to know that he did go to, he did attend the University of Michigan from 2007 to 2011, and he was living in Florida between 2020 and 2021. Taking that all into account, Judge, I would respectfully request consideration for a personal bond on behalf of Mr. Cameron.
Okay, Mr. Cameron.
Yes, Your Honor.
You currently live in Ann Arbor?
No, I moved on July 29th. I moved to Southgate to coach at Mills Gymnastics. I unfortunately lost that job about a month ago.
Okay. And does your identification have your address on State Street?
No.
In Ann Arbor?
ID, I don't have Michigan ID.
You don't have a Michigan ID?
No. And I actually don't even have that. I lost my wallet a few weeks ago.
Well, sure, I'm showing that you have a state ID. It was issued November of 2016. And the address that you have, sir, is where we sent the prior offenses. You had an offense from September 13th of this year, September 29th, and now this matter. And the previous matters from September were mailed to you at the address we had on file. However, we were notified by University of Michigan Athletics that you're not a current student or employee because the address on file is to a building on the University of Michigan campus.
Yes, it was I was a gymnast at the University of Michigan, and I used that address in 2016. It's my coach's office.
Okay.
But I don't have that Michigan ID, and I was unaware that I ever did have a Michigan ID.
So, here's where the court's concern is, counsel, is that your client is claiming he lives in Southgate. On his documentation, he wrote homeless. We have information that he resides in a building in the University of Michigan. Well, that's the address he provided. There's apparently a bench warrant out for your client's arrest out of the 15th District Court for an incident that occurred at University of Michigan back in 2016. 2 of those on 2 different dates. Sir, you were a gymnast at the University of Michigan?
Yes, ma'am.
What years, sir, were you there?
I was there from
2007.
7 to 2011.
So then why would you still be utilizing that address in 2016?
I moved back to Ann Arbor in 2015 to finish some remaining credits for my bachelor's degree.
Okay. Sir, in reviewing the police reports, which all involve alcohol, a lot of it, I have some concerns for your safety.
Yes,
What are
Your
your matters
Honor.
out of the what are the matters out of the 28th District Court?
That
Sir?
I didn't understand the question, Your Honor.
What is your matter that's pending out of Southgate?
Southgate, I am unaware of any charge out of Southgate right now.
The police report indicated you had some warrants, sir, out of Southgate.
I am unaware of
Okay.
anyone.
Here's what this court's going to do. This court is going to make sure we're taking this address out of the system because this is not a valid address for you. The court will note that you are homeless in essence, because that's what you indicate on your documentation. The court will also note that your matter from September 13th, it's alleged you have a 2.25 breath alcohol content. The matter from September 23rd or 29th alleges a 0.36 alcohol content. And now the incident from yesterday alleges a 0.29 alcohol content. Sir, it's a wonder that you are still able to walk around, quite frankly. The court's going to order a $5,000 10% bond in each of these matters, as the court has concerns for defendant safety, as well as the ability for the defendant to appear in court, as he does not have any known address in this local area. And the address that was previously provided is for an athletic building at the University of Michigan, where there appear to be 2 warrants out for his arrest out of the 15th District Court. In the event you post bond, sir, you are not to be released without an alcohol tether, an alcohol and GPS tether to the Wayne County Jail.
Okay.
All right, anything else, counsel?
Not at this time, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready to proceed.
All right, we are on the record in the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Christopher Cameron. 232066, 232151A and B, 232362, and 232340. Also, your appearance, please.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Mr. Cameron. Mr. Cameron, would you please unmute yourself and state your full name for the record?
Please unmute, sir.
Yes, my name is Christopher C. Cameron.
Okay, council, today is the date scheduled for pre-trial on all of these matters, except for the 232340. That's an arraignment and pre-trial. So let me, because this, okay. Well, I'm not sure how all that happened, but I'll look at all these and we can determine that. But council, as to the arraignment on this matter.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we are prepared to waive a formal reading and my client stands mute.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. And so all right, so you're able to conduct a pre-trial on all of these matters, correct, counsel?
That's correct, Your Honor. There was a global resolution on all these.
Okay, so we have one offense date of September 13th, another one November 7th. Oh, and then there's November 4th, and your client was in custody on November 7th, and then all of these, we conducted an arraignment on all of these matters. And then in the meantime, the November 4th citation that your client had received had not yet come through at the date of his arraignment on the other matters on November 8th, which is why this one was kind of a straggler. So now that came through.
That all makes sense.
Yes, okay. So, well, let's go with September 13th, case number 232066. Counsel, as to the pretrial in that matter.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, my client is prepared to plead no contest to the charge.
Okay. And as to, I thought was to handle them all together, or do you want to do them all separately?
I'll let the court, I'll defer to the court, whatever is easiest for you, Judge.
Then we have September 29th, A and B, the public intoxication and the littering, and that's case number 232151. And as to the pretrial on that matter, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the prosecution has offered to dismiss the littering charge, and my client's prepared to plead no contest to the public intox.
Okay, and what is the basis for the no contest, please?
Intoxication, insufficient memory.
We have the matter of November 4th, 232340.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the city attorney has offered to dismiss that case.
And as to 232362, offense date of November 7th, how does your client plead?
At this time, Judge, my client is prepared to plead no contest.
Okay, sir, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, and you heard the plea on all these matters, correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to offense date September 13th, which is case number 232066, as to the public intoxication or the disorderly conduct, sir, how do you plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
As to the charge of public intoxication, offense date September 29th, case number 2321551A, how do you plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
As to offense date November 7th, case number 232362, as to the charge of public intoxication, sir, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, and you've gone over your advice of rights on all these matters, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any immigration issues, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea? Sir? Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And counsel, any objection to the court reviewing the police reports on these matters?
No objection, Judge.
All right, the court does find the pleas are knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept the pleas as such. And counsel, as to sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor, I'd be requesting immediate sentencing on behalf of my client. I would like you to know that Mr. Cameron graduated from the University of Michigan. He was, after that, living in Florida. He came up here because he was working at Mills Gymnastics. He did have a relapse on alcohol. As you can see, these incidents span very close in time. He's looking to get back on his track and rebuild his life, get back to where he was when he was not drinking, which ultimately I do believe means going back to Florida. I would just simply request that Mr. Cameron be given credit for time served at this time.
All right, and sir, how long were you in Florida?
I lived in Florida from 2016 until 2023. Actually July of this year.
And did you have any relapses when you were in Florida?
I did in 2022.
Okay, and have you been in continuous relapse since 2022, or did you have some times of
No.
sobriety?
No, I had sobriety from November of 2022 until September of this year.
And why is it that you moved back up to Michigan?
I received a job. I was recruited by Lanny Mills to come up here and coach at Mills Gymnastics in Southgate, and that was due to my history in gymnastics. I was a All-American NCAA champion gymnast for the University of Michigan, and I had been a coach prior to working in construction from 2017 on. And I was looking to get back into either the fitness or the gymnastics coaching industry. A job opened up rather unfortunately due to the death of the head coach at Mills Gymnastics. And I was Lanny's first choice to come and replace him. Unfortunately, I relapsed on alcohol, and due to a verbal agreement we had, agreed to stepping down from my position as head coach, and continued in the relapse, was dealing with probably a bout of depression. I also suffer from bipolar 1 disorder, and I was not taking my medication. This time in jail has allowed me to reflect, get back on my medication, start working a program of recovery. However, getting out of this atmosphere will be extremely beneficial, I believe, to my sobriety. Going back to my sobriety network in Ocala, Florida, where I had the previous 9 months of sobriety, would also be very beneficial. So I just request that I be granted the ability to do so as quickly as possible.
Sir, your levels were pretty high. I mean, you 0.25, 0.29, 0.36. And,
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, it's actually a wonder that you're even able to still be around, quite frankly, with those levels. And that you didn't drink yourself into the ground. I mean, which tells me that, yes, you've had a relapse for quite a bit, because at those levels, extremely dangerous. Here's the court, the court's going to order 30 days jail in each of these matters to be served concurrent, credit for 14 days. Actually, just hold on. 15 days credit. The court will set the fines and costs. Anything else, counsel?
No, it's time, Judge. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what does that mean as far as my release date?
Well, you're going to be serving these concurrently, which means that you're serving them all at the same time.
Yes, Your Honor. So 30 days from the date of my arrest. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Minus any credit
All right,
for good time, for good behavior.
Okay. So what is that?
Probably one day off a week.
The jail will give you that information, sir.
All right.
Right.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck to you, sir. All right, off the record.